Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters, sisters and brothers. It's your brother Elahu Ramadan on the West Coast, bringing to you, brothers and sisters, that 911. That 911, the emergency call that you're not calling, brothers and sisters. We're calling you with that emergency. And that emergency, the 411, the information about that 911, brothers and sisters, is it's gonna the United States is gonna send out emergency alert that's saying all black people in the North American wilderness is a security threat to what? A security threat to what? To the vision of the American dream. We will be a security threat to the vision of the American dream, brothers and sisters. And that security threat is that we are the seed of Abraham, the angels that was told to submit to the Edomites, the Chaldeans, for a certain length of time. Know of a surety your seed will go into a land that's not theirs, serving afflicted for 400 years. That sojourney that we was going in, brother, was telling us the time limit. The time limit, brothers and sisters, 400 years we've been in the North American wilderness, getting beat down, beat up, our women constantly raped, murder, everything you could ever think of. A Holocaust. That's what we went through, brothers and sisters. But it was a reward at the end. The reward at the end, brothers, is the angels that was told to submit will be transformed into the gods. That's what we be, brothers and sisters. So there's no need to pray to yourself. There's no need now, brothers and sisters, if we recognize and understand who we are. But in order to recognize and understand who we are, we have to download the revelations that was revealed to us and for us. To us and for us. Abraham covenant, brothers and sisters. Abraham covenant. Abraham covenant, brothers and sisters. That's what we first got to understand that we are here under. They labeled us slaves, but we was already under the contract. God made it with Abraham and his seed. We bear the seed of Abraham, brothers and sisters. So therefore, we are locked into the contract. And we ain't giving it up, the reward. We ain't giving that up for no damn worthless ass dollars, reparation. We ain't giving up the promised land. That when we think collectively as one body, we'll go back home and create a heaven in the promised land, brothers and sisters. And that heaven that we'll be creating will come from the mind of the black woman, because she is the most beautifulest woman on the planet. So all y'all who got anything other than a black woman, you got a maid woman. You got other than. You ain't got the number one. You got a version. That new heaven, brothers and sisters, will come from the mind of the most beautifulest woman on the planet, and that be that black goddess, that black woman. But there's one thing we got to do, brothers and sisters. We got to download that new revelations from the book of Revelations, the last book in the Bible that was sealed, brothers and sisters, sealed by 7 seals. And only one could lift those 7 seals, and that's what made him the wisest man on the planet, Solomon. Huh? The wisest man in this day and time, brother, Master Suleiman. Why? Elahu, why is he the wisest man on the planet? Because he lifted them 7 seals and given us our godhood back, giving us our mind, brothers and sisters, our mind. He's giving it back to us. It's been locked in that Bible, brothers and sisters. Been locked in that Bible. But he had to go in and get it out. But in order to receive it, brothers and sisters, and download it, you got to have an understanding of the mind and the brain. The brain and the mind. We have to look up the words to see, we have to look up these words to see what's the function. We have to look up these words so we can see what's the function of the brain and the mind, brothers and sisters. So when we look up the mind, it says our ability to think, feel, and engage in physical activity. That's the mind. That's the mind, brothers and sisters. And the brain is the physical organ in our head that support these functions. Other word, the mind is the program that programs our brain to deal with the ability to think, to feel, and to engage in physical activity, brothers and sisters. So if we don't download the new revelation that's coming from the messenger of the covenant, and the covenant is the Abraham covenant, and the Abraham covenant is where we were in a contract. We've been in a contract, brothers and sisters, with the God. Abraham, come on now. You got to understand this, brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? But once we got here, once the Chaldean defeated us and brought us and locked us up in the North American wilderness for the first 64 years, they locked up the man and the female, the man and this woman for 64 years, brothers and sisters. So we had no knowledge of self. We lost everything. And the book say my people are in the condition they in for lack of knowledge. What knowledge do we lack, brothers and sisters? The Injil. The Injil that was revealed, that was hidden, that was locked into the book of Revelations and sealed by 7 seals until that one will come who has came, brothers and sisters. He has came and given us that new program. But the program is not no good if we don't download it. But it's hard for us to download it, brothers and sisters, because for 400 years, our enemy has been programming us. Not with that which come from Revelations. Revelations was the sealed book. The Chaldean, the European got the unsealed Bible. That's what gave them power and dominion over us. But we gave it to them because we were suffering from energy deprivation. So we had to make a man, a made man in our image and in our likeness. In the book of Genesis, that's where he started, that made man. And he got Revelations too. He got the starting in Genesis all the way back. He was told what to do. What was he told to do? Commit mischief and shed blood. Is that not what his whole history is? He didn't have nothing, not a damn thing. He was locked in the Caucasus Mountains for 1,000 years. The devil was locked in a pit for 1,000 years, brothers and sisters. And then he was led out. Ishmael. Led him out, brothers and sisters. Ishmael, the first son of Abraham, by Hagar. Since Sarah didn't have any babies, she gave her handmaiden Hagar, and Ishmael was the first son. But when the God blessed the family, he was blessing the family, the one that was married. Abraham, Sarah, and they had a baby, Isaac. Come on, brothers and sisters. You know the book, but you don't know the part that we need to download, the Injil. You don't know that part because our head is fat with the program of our enemy, the vision of our enemy. It's not our vision, it's the vision of our enemy. So in order to, that's why the book say a people without a vision was perish. This ain't our American dream, ain't our vision. It's our enemy's visions. It's the made man's visions. And since we were locked in the gravitational vortex of America, like I say, them first 64 years, we was locked up. So we lost whatever we had, understanding of who we was. We lost that. And then after they let us out of the 64 years, 1619, that's when our 400 years journey started, brothers and sisters. But our 400 years journey started first not knowing nothing. And then we start picking up the English language. We start seeing and doing what our enemy directed us to do. And then they finally start letting us learn. But we was learning their program because we had been programmed with their way of thinking. So we was not thinking for ourselves, brothers and sisters. We was thinking like those who had us in captivity. They so-called freed us. Lincoln, 1860, I believe, 4. Got to do the research and find out for yourself. And then we start moving forward, but we still was using the program they had programmed in our mind. And they programmed and said, hey, we're going to make them Christians. And that's another program, brothers and sisters. So they started with our mothers and fathers. And now, many, many generations later, we are the ones at the end of the 400 years sojourning. But we still had a program from our enemy, a program that was self-destruction to us because it wasn't, we are the original. And everybody came from the original black man and his black woman. Everyone on the planet, brothers and sisters, came from the original black man and his black woman. You hear, brothers and sisters? We got to hear it so we can understand. At the end of the 400 years sojourning, our enemy, the God say, how can they know unless they have a teacher? And how can they have a teacher unless one be sent? Our damn enemy ain't gonna reprogram us to take back over the planet. Our damn enemy ain't gonna reprogram us to take the power that we gave to him in Genesis. To take that power for him, he gonna fight like hell to keep that damn power, brothers and sisters. That's why that 911 emergency that's gonna be sent out, that they gotta kill us. Every black man and black woman on the planet, cause it's our time. Cream rises to the top, black man and black woman, and our rise start when we download that Injil. Our revelations in this day and time. And we, the Injil warriors, we ain't going to be forcing you to do nothing. You got to accept this on your own. If you want to stay in America, and we know that America is going to be judged for their mistreatment, the Holocaust, they wasn't supposed to touch us and do the things that they did. They was just supposed to, we had got the spatial mind, so they were just supposed to retrieve that invention, that creative power from us. And that's what they did. But they went aboard. They went overboard, raping, murdering, killing of us, hanging, lynching, everything possible. They did against us, brothers and sisters. So they only had a few days, brothers and sisters. Our energy is returning to us. If we be the center of the earth, that's where we came from, the originators. Come on, brothers and sisters. Oh, brothers and sisters, you just don't know. The time that we living in is the greatest time on the planet. But it starts, our greatness starts with the downloading of that Injil, that new program that the messenger of the covenant has revealed by lifting them 7 seals and giving us the Injil, brothers and sisters, to push out all that other vision, the negative vision, the vision that's self-destructive to the original black man and his woman. Now the new information, the Injil, the new program, will be downloaded in our mind. Downloaded in our mind. and you know the definition of the mind, our ability to think for ourselves, like the gods that we have become, to feel and to engage in physical activity. That's the program. And then once it goes into the hardware, our brain, the physical organ in our head that support these functions, that support that new program, that support the angel that was revealed by the messenger of the covenant, brothers and sisters. That's what Elijah, that's what Master Farrak Muhammad came to start setting up. He didn't lift those seven seals and give that to Elijah Muhammad to give to us. No, he didn't do that. He gave Elijah Muhammad the information he gave him to give us, to get our head ready, to get our minds ready, brothers and sisters, to hear, like in Malachi 3. He said, I'm going to make a way for my messenger. This is Master Farrak Muhammad talking, and his messenger was the messenger of Allah, Elijah Muhammad. And then in Malachi 3, brothers and sisters, we ain't waiting and looking for Elijah to come back, brothers and sisters. It says, and then the messenger of the covenant will suddenly appear as a refiner with fuller's soul. Come on, brothers and sisters. As a refiner to purify the silver and the gold. Talking about us, brothers and sisters, the angels who has been now can be converted to the gods, to be converted from them 400 years of Holocaust, to now get ready to take back our planet and not ruling mischievous and the shedding of blood, but bring into existence a heaven of peace. You talk black to me, brothers and sisters. You talk black to me. This is who we are. But then that cancer under the title of a demon that was made by the devil when he went into that black woman. The man has the seed, the woman has the egg. So the seed going to the egg, it's going to create what that seed is. And if that seed's a damn devil, he makes a demon. And that demon is cancer to the body. And that cancer in the form of Louis Eugene Grounds, modern day Farrak-Con, is sitting in the messenger of Allah's seat. And you know what a cancer do. You have to look it up, brothers and sisters. Cancer cell, a disease, brothers and sisters, a disease that covers itself up and look like DNA, a regular cell in your body. So the immune system don't recognize it. But if a cold come, it recognizes a cold and it start going to work to fight that cold. When any other sickness come, it ain't got the ability to cover itself up and look like a regular cell, look like DNA. So the immune system can know to detect it and then go to work to create that which will destroy it. So that's the same thing that's on the outside. Farrak-Con, the cancer that sit in Elijah's seat and went to war with the saints. Went to war because he was covered up, looking like the original man, the original black man and black woman. But we know out of his own damn mouth that his mother got raped by a devil, by a Chaldean, by a Neanderthal, by your number one enemy who created an enemy that looks like you and me. Like that cancer covered itself up with DNA and the immune system couldn't detect it. It thought it was a regular cell. And because the immune system couldn't attack it, it started converting other cells to cancer. That was toxic to the body. And eventually it killed the body. Just like Louis Eugene Grounds did. Came in using Elijah's and Master Farrak Muhammad. But you know, he said he didn't believe in neither one. He didn't believe that Master Farrak Muhammad was the God, so he damn sure couldn't believe that Elijah Muhammad was the messenger of the God. So here he is sitting up in the nation for 42 years, changing the believers into a cancer, into that which was self-destruction. Because he's working for his damn daddy. He's working for the vision of the American vision. That false vision. That vision that is self-destructive to the original black man and black woman, brothers and sisters. But we so locked up. 400 years we've been believing in his enemy. We have his program, his mind in our head. So it's hard for us to crack up out of that. But if we can start thinking, brothers and sisters, we can produce the true vision. The true vision that was advocated in the Abraham covenant. After your 400 years, you would come out with great substance. The gold and the silver. Talking about the tribe of Shabazz and the tribe of the Levites, the priest tribe, will be preaching to you that new vision that we receive from the messenger of the covenant, the Injil. That's what was revealed after those 7 seals was lifted. And all of our enemies came to light. The house of Sod, the dragon, Satan, and his 2 witnesses who put him in power. False Israel and the Satan, the devils that put them in power in 1948 to counteract what Elijah was taught by Master Farrak Muhammad, that we are the seed of Abraham, the chosen of God. But that enemy blocked it. That cancer cell got in the way and tripped us up. But now the messenger of the covenant has delivered to us that new program, that new way of thinking. Well, the new program, once you download it, and then you will start thinking other than the way that the enemy taught you. You will start seeing who we are, and then we'll go to work collectively to bring in a new reality. And as I have stated, that new heaven will come from the mind of the black woman, the most beautifulest woman on the planet. So our new heaven, brothers and sisters, will be the most beautifulest, peacefulest place that ever lived. that ever was in existence, brothers and sisters. But it starts with us downloading that new revelation that was sealed by 7 seals and was lifted by the wisest man on the planet, Solomon, Master Suleiman, the high priest. Come on, brothers and sisters, get on board with the Injil. Absorb your new mind and let's move forward. Let's move forward, brothers and sisters, to our home, to our reward, to our promised land. I'm your brother, Elihu Ramadan, on the West Coast. As I greet you, so should I leave you in the greetings of Assalamu alaikum.